Okay, good morning. It's 1:15, it's 34.9 degrees, it's day 55, May 28th. I'm waking up. 3:12 in the morning, 30.4 degrees. Chilly. Just dropped below freezing. Just breaking camp. I was the weak link this morning. Sorry, everyone. But yesterday I tore up my gaiters, something awful. Just shredded them to ribbons first day on with my crampons. Had like 3 really good rips in them. So I kind of did the selfish thing this morning and patched up the gaiters. Hence the late start for me, but is what it is. Luckily everyone's patient with me, or at least expressing patience. Not sure what the plan is today. Per usual, we're gonna go as far as, as far as seems appropriate, as far as we can, / as far as seems appropriate, and then call it a day. We definitely have about 4.5 miles to climb right out the gate today. Before I talk about today, let me just say, man, slept like a freaking champion last night. It was amazing, even with a heavy amount of condensation. I got way more condensation tonight than I did last night. But man, that Phantom Zero, it's everything. It's amazing. So slept great. And when the alarm went off, it felt like only 10 minutes had gone by, but like in the best possible way. I was just refreshed. So packed up, patched up the gaiters. Today's 4.5 mile climb, and then whatever we can do beyond that. Man, I didn't even mention that yesterday when we were all hiking through the dark, we were all like relatively bunched up. Anyone want to tell the story of what we saw yesterday? Who does? The fins? All right, get ready for the light in your face. What did we see yesterday?
Well, we had
a
small bathroom break behind all the rest of the group, and suddenly we see the group stopped ahead of us, and then 2 eyes running towards us.
Yeah.
He starts screaming, I start screaming. We see this light, brownish colored animal running to the bushes, and we were thinking, what was that? A bear, a deer, but most probably mountain lion.
Yeah, it felt quite light when it was just running towards us, so probably not the bear. And deer would have their eyes on the sides, so those eyes were quite far separate and forward facing. So I guess that's a big cat.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, who knows? What do you think we'll see this morning?
We'll see.
Yeah,
We already saw some
backs of each other's packs, I guess. That's right, there was a mystery hiker who came through. All right, well, with that exciting anecdote recorded, I think we're just going to throw on our packs and get moving. All right, guys, feels like I only just checked in. It's 5:32 in the morning, 37.6 degrees, and our group has shrunk. Velmo is having some really bad Achilles issues, which first presented yesterday, and had hoped that a night of rest would be adequate to rectify or quell those issues, but alas, a night of rest was not nearly enough. So she and Teemu hiked with us this first almost 1.5 miles. And then the first campsite we got to, we all sat down for a while, had a nice long, chat about what was going to happen, how she was feeling, what the best plan was, and I think all reached a pretty universal consensus that the 4 of us are going to move on, and the 2 of them are not. So I think their plan was hang out at least half a day, potentially just take essentially the full day off, and start out tomorrow. Hopefully she's feeling better, but if she's not, then Cottonwood Pass is like 15 miles away, and they have plenty of food, even if they need to do like 3 5s or even more. to get there. That's 3 5-mile days. You know, they should be fine. So, you know, it's not great. Hate when someone gets injured, but you know, you only have minimal control over injury, and you just got to play the cards you're dealt. So that's what we're doing. Myself, as well as Rabbit, Old Head, and Shade are moving on, and I'll check back later. Guys, it is 7:58 in the morning and watch says 52.2 degrees. We've made it very nearly to our high point of the day. It's just maybe a half mile ahead of us, but just had a quick view dedication I wanted to get out. This is going to go out to 4 folks who were generous enough to donate to the hike. Thanks so much. Always appreciate that. That's always a nice thing. So it was Ann Est. We have Mark Poley, my old friend Mark Poley, my great old friend Martin Kumbrink, and Michael Windholtz, as well as sort of a 5th person who just put the name as somebody. So whoever you are, somebody, thank you so much. So this is the view off to almost the due south, that big snowy mountain, which we did not summit. That is a mountain with an elevation just a touch over 12,000 feet. I think it's like 12,1 something. And it's probably just about, just to stick with the theme, just about 12 miles from where I am right now. I made a few other notes, excuse me. So, I'm at mile 736 roughly, and just about, as I said, 4 miles into the day. So that peak back there, that is Olancha Peak. So that's really, really cool for me to see, especially from this vantage now from the north. Olancha Peak is a peak I first clocked at mile 580 just about. I think it was 579.9 to be exact. So that's like 150 miles ago. I saw that mountain from the first time, 150 trail miles ago, I should say. Saw that mountain from the first time, and that was really, really cool. So, yeah, always really cool to see a mountain from the other side as well. Didn't go over it, but still, it's a nice indication of making progress. So, to those of you who donated to the hike, thanks so much. For those of you interested to do so, of course, all those links are in the description every single time. And, you know, I really, really appreciate it. So, thanks so much. Good evening, folks. It is 4:48 and 55.2 degrees. I've made it to home for the night. I hope you'll excuse the rude position I'm sitting right now, melting snow. Made it to home for the night. Didn't get nearly as many miles in today as we would have liked, but I mean, we were kind of held up this morning when we were kind of game planning, you know, what to do about the 2 in our party who weren't able to continue. And then, yeah, the snow just got real sloppy on us, man. It just got real sloppy. So, you know, I think we did like just shy of 12 miles, which ain't great, but, you know, I mean, ain't the end of the world, I guess. It's gonna kind of like, we'll see what we got to do tomorrow and stuff with respect to trying to like get our average back. But fundamentally, I mean, this is also why we brought 2 extra days of food if we need to go a little less than we'd like and drag it another day or something. Then I think we're still hoping to avoid that, but it's something we're prepared to do if that winds up being the prudent decision. Yeah, so here's my tent, all pitched up. Here's my pot of melting snow, and there's Mr. Rabbit. Oh man, that snow shovel of mine came in real handy. I was able to dig out like a little area here for the tent. I didn't dig out the whole thing, most of it was already empty, but since the Durston X-Mid Pro 2 is humongous, I was able to kind of extend this empty, clear space in order to have enough space to actually pitch the tent. And then, you know, Rabbit used it as well. He's sort of still getting his tent up. Way back there up the hill, I don't know if you can see, but that is the other 2 in our party. So that's going to be Old Head and Shade way back there. You know, I'm not even sure. I meant to look up the elevation of where we're at right now. Probably somewhere around 9.5 or 10. Do you know where we're at right now, Rabbit? 99.75? Dang, dude. Yeah, I don't know. Let me see. Elevation 99.68. Yeah, that's pretty much the same thing. So yeah, it looks like snow line's definitely happening somewhere around 96 or somewhere thereabouts. I mean, obviously it depends all on aspect and stuff like that as well. And clearly the condition of the snow is going to depend a lot on the time of day as well. Almost probably more than anything. Anything else to report? Oh, something just as like a learning point that I hadn't anticipated, but I'm really glad I thought of before I made a stupid decision, was here with melting snow. So this is the same cook pot which I cook my breakfast and dinner in, and so into that breakfast or dinner is added either ghee or coconut oil, but there's really no way to like get the pot super clean. So it occurred to me that I probably shouldn't pour any lipids through my water filter. I feel like that would just crush it immediately. So what I've been doing is when I do need to melt snow, the first I'll just melt up, I don't know what, maybe a 1/4 cup or a 1/2 cup of snow, and that'll be kind of like the tribute. And I'll boil that and use that boiling hot water to kind of rinse out and clean out as much of the fat as I can from my cook pot, and then I'll dump that water, snow, whatever, and then actually start melting snow. And this way, as I get melted snow, which becomes water, then hopefully I can just run it through my filter without any concerns. I know people are thinking like, but if you boil your water, like, why do you need to like run it through a filter? Well, like, I don't know if it's gonna come out, but there's all sorts of stuff that just is in snow. So definitely wise to run it through the filter anyways, at least I think, but you know. Yeah, tomorrow we'll crack over 11,000 feet, so that'll be kind of a whole new can of worms, and I expect we'll be melting a lot more snow for our water. But thanks again to everyone who donated. I really appreciate you guys. If you aren't in a position to donate, no worries at all. Please do just hit like, hit subscribe, all that stuff, and really helps support the channel. So feel free to drop a comment. I respond to all the comments. I'll talk to you guys tomorrow.